Together with Earle Sports Bets, yeah, the twins, they be checking in. Stacking up, green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of your Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. Tim will be here in just a little bit, but we have decent cards on both slates today. We have 7 games in the NHL, 9 games in the NBA. I've already moved on 3 NHL games last night. I'm looking to make a move on, I think, 2 NHL sides today as well. The lines just weren't available last night. Actually, looking at one of the lines, I don't know if I'm going to make a move on them now with the line going up the way it has. But I've already made a move on 3 hockey games, and of course, I haven't made any moves in the NBA yet. We will be talking over the NBA later with Tim. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we'll take a look back at what happened yesterday, what went right, what went wrong in the world of sports betting, and then we'll go from there. We had a nice day yesterday. Up 2.18 units. College basketball split out 2-2, but one of our losers was a money line sprinkle. We had Winthrop -9, which gave up 13 points in the first half. Cruised after that, dominated the game. Won by I want to say 20 in the 20s. Alabama got blown out +5.5, +200. Loser there. But then the Wichita State Shockers, they were up 20 at halftime. They cruised to a 20-point victory. Nice, easy winner there. NHL goes 2-1. Dallas, Toronto over 6.5 was pretty easy. There was a winner with, I want to say, 8 minutes left in the third period, and that third period just went off for goals. The Rangers -125. They led the entire game. I love when people overreact when it's Jonathan Quick in net instead of Igor Shesterkin, and they give us a better price to back the Rangers, and I'll continue to grab those each and every time the New York Rangers announces Jonathan Quick, which if I'm the Rangers right now, ride Quick as long as you can because Igor's not been it. So nice little winner there with the New York Rangers. Blackhawks come up short at +175 last night. I would make that bet again. That was a close competitive game, and that's all you can really ask for out of a +175 underdog. You know you're not going to win every single one of those. So if they give you a chance to win late in the game, that's all you can really ask out of a +175 dog. So I thought they were competitive last night. The Wild sure as hell shouldn't have been -210 in that game. So unfortunately did not end the NHL card with a full sweep, but 2-1, you'll take that up a unit yesterday in hockey. And 3-2 in the NBA, up 0.93 units. I ended up adding 2 plays late in the day, on which both came through. But Hornets +7 was a winner, but the money line was a loser. They were leading for most of that game. They were up 6 heading into the fourth quarter. Unfortunately, could not get the job done there. Couldn't hold the lead. Over in Golden State, Philadelphia was brutal. That was just 37 points in the first quarter, and you were dead from there. And then I added later in the day, I was leaning towards it on the show. I ended up adding the Pelicans at 6.5 and 205 later in the day, and they cruised to a double-digit victory as a 6-point dog. So definitely a nice little winner there to end the night in the NBA, which made us 3-2 up 0.93 units overall yesterday, 7-4 up to 2.18 units, and in the month of February, 25, 29, and 1 up 0.99 units. So back in the black for February, looking to continue on track with that as we keep going through this month. And hopefully we'll be able to have another winning day today. As I've already mentioned, I've already moved on 3 hockey games. I did one of them as a free pick video last night. 3 unders so far is all I bet. But we'll get into the chat and then we'll head into then we will get into today's card. Swayman gets his revenge against Demko tonight for not giving him a goalie hug. That's fair. Just give me the under. Just give me the under. Swept in L's. I seek vengeance. Good luck. Sup, my brother. What's good? Real deal. Prime. Rangers. Bang. Yeah, Rangers. That was a nice little winner there yesterday. But here's one of the sides I was looking to add here. Let's get into this game. We have the Calgary Flames and the New Jersey Devils. We have the Devils as minus 130 favorites. Total 6.5 in this spot. And let's get up the line history in this game. As we have Calgary, they opened up as New Jersey opened up as minus 135 favorites. It's down to a 128. So we've had a move towards these Calgary Flames. And then the line opened up at a 6.5 at plus 104. It is now a 6.5 at plus 102. So we've moved towards the under. We've moved towards the over. We've had so it was 2 cent move towards the over. And we've had about a 7 cent line movement towards the Flames. In this game here, 62% of tickets, 70% of the cash on the Flames, only 500 tickets in. So not really much to look at here when it comes to just ticket count and all that. Actually, I take that back. I just had to refresh my page. About 1,200 tickets in, 43% of the tickets and 66% of the cash is on the Flames in this spot, which explains the line movement towards Calgary in this game. And when it comes to this matchup, I thought the wrong team was favored in this spot. I think the Calgary Flames are a bet-on team in the second half of the season. They've been playing much better as of late. They have the goaltending advantage. And I even punched in the better of the 2 goaltenders for New Jersey to see whether or not I still like the Flames. And the answer is yes. Because Nico Dodge or Vitek Vanacek, I think both of them struggle. And we've seen New Jersey really struggled defensively as well. When you look at their expected goal numbers, they've been giving up a lot as well. 3.803 expected goals against per game. So it's not like they're helping out their goaltenders either. They're playing bad defensively in front of them, and the goaltenders are not really holding their own either. They're playing pretty poorly as well. So this is a spot here where I'm very interested in the Calgary Flames. And yeah, the line's dropped on them here, but the line wasn't available for me last night. When it was a couple cents higher, and I don't think that's too much of a big deal here. I think I'm going to end up moving on the Calgary Flames in this spot. Let me see what my book is offering now. Let's see, Calgary, because I think Calgary is a bet-on team going forward a little bit here. Plus 110. I'm going to take a shot here with the Calgary Flames in this spot. Plus 110. Lock this in. And we are in. Calgary plus 110. Calgary plus 110. We'll head back over to the chat. Flames money line. Yes. Yo. What's good, Joe Kryptonite? NHL unders prevail. Yep. And I've taken a page out of your book today. I'm on 3 unders. We'll get into that. But I am on 3 unders. Joe equals boring equals kidding. There you go. Who is this guy? Got me. An ice rat. There you go. Yeah. Canucks money line best bet. I mean, we'll get into that game. And I did a free pick video for this game last time. I'm actually very interested in it. It's going to be a fun matchup, and it's one that I'm definitely going to have. I'm gonna definitely have on my laptop tonight watching. Line opened up at Boston minus 135 on BetOnline. It's now at 134, so it's a 1 cent line movement towards the Canucks here in this one. Line opened up at a 6 at minus 110. It's actually up to a 6 at minus 116, so we've got a slight move towards the over here. Only 6 cents, but it's a slight move towards it. 97% of the tickets will definitely do that though, and I'm shocked that it hasn't moved higher with 97% of the tickets on it. And then 82% of the tickets, 93% of the cash is on the Bruins money line. The line's moved slightly towards the Canucks. For starters, I'm not fading the Canucks at this price. I think we should have learned that last game when the Hurricanes were laying $1.40 against them, that you don't lay that type of juice to fade the Vancouver Canucks these days. It's just, you don't do it. Does that mean I want to bet the Canucks in this game? Not particularly. I have this game projected at Boston minus 130. So I think this line's about right when it comes to that. However, for me in this game, I like the under in this spot. I'll take either goalie, Swayman or Olmark. Both of them are just fine when it comes to this against Demko. And you got a great goaltending matchup and I got a 6 last night on it. I'm on the under 6 at $1.10 with the Canucks and the Bruins. The Canucks have been playing 50-50 over under recently. The Bruins have been a good under team. Before the break, they went under in 3 of their last 4 games. The only one they didn't go under in is the game they put up 6 goals against the Flyers. They are coming in off of a game where they gave up 4 goals against the Calgary Flames, so look for them to buckle down defensively a little bit more. So I'm going to be on the under 6 here with Calgary and Vancouver. I expect a good defensive matchup. The draw, I think, is an interesting play in this game as well. I think this is a game that we could see go past 60 minutes. It's 2 out-of-conference teams where they can care less if each other gets a point, other than maybe they're talking about President's Trophy, both these teams, because these are probably 2 of the top teams that will be competing for the President's Trophy this year. But with that being said, under 6 here for me. Under 6, Canucks and Bruins in the spot. Joe has revealed my ultimate trap card, Mirror Force Trap, Reverse Uno Trap card. Puckland. Good luck. Under 4.5 plus 330 Kings and Avalanche. That's a game I'm just staying completely off of. I wanted to get on the Avalanche, but we'll see. Canucks money line. We meet again. Yep. We'll keep on moving on here. This is a game. It's a 6 now. Wow. This line's moved up. All right. Panthers minus 275 favorites. Jeez. Total of 6 in this spot. I'm seeing 5.5s and 6s. Shop around depending on what you like. Line opened up at a 226. It's up to a 262. So a big movement towards the Florida Panthers in this game. Line opened up at a 6. It's down to a 5.5. So the line opened up and it's gone down. 47% of the tickets and 57% of the cash on the under, which that makes sense there. 96% of the tickets are on the Panthers money line. 67% of the tickets, 96% of the cash on the Panthers puck line in this game here. I really have no interest in this spot here. And the more and more this line goes up, the more and more interest maybe I have in Washington at a big dog price tag. I really, as much as I love this Panthers team and I would like to see them win this game just because I like seeing Metro teams lose, this is a game where I think this line is just too wide. I have no interest in laying this type of number with Florida. But do I want to back the Capitals at this number? I can only look Capitals in this game on the side. And I would only look under on the total in this game here. We're starting to see 5.5s pop up. At 5.5, it'd be no play. At a 6, it'd be a lean towards an under. So for me, it's a stay off. Line too wide to back Florida, but I'm not interested in Washington. So yeah. Let's see. Capitals money line, Panthers puck line. There you go. Reinhardt goal. I'll never talk you guys off of a Reinhardt goal. Yeah, I won't there. Shutout? Doubt it. I doubt it. No, that's asking a lot. This is still a good Panthers team, and it's tough to shut out a good team like that. So I have to plug in my laptop so it doesn't die on you guys. So let's plug that in. Ooh, that's not good. Need a new charger soon. All right. Winnipeg Jets and the Philadelphia Flyers. This is a game I have moved on. It's one of the 3 unders I've bet. We've already talked about the Canucks game. Let's talk about this one here. Winnipeg Jets minus 140 favorites on the road, total of 5.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here between Winnipeg and Philadelphia, where this line opened up with the Jets as 125 favorites. It's up to 135. So we've had a movement towards Winnipeg in this game. And really not too much of a surprise. I know people want to fade Philadelphia out of the break. I know I was heading into the break or before the break was all team hashtag fade the Flyers. And I jumped off of that for the first game and we backed the Flyers and they won against Florida in Florida there. Line opened up at a 5.5 at minus 115. It's down to a 5.5 at minus 109. So it's moved towards the under here in this spot. And that's exactly where I went. This game was the under 5.5. And I know people are terrified about unders, especially at 5.5. But 89% of the tickets, 48% of the cash is on the under, which does make me a little bit nervous. But I mean, it doesn't bother me too much. Only 2,200 tickets in, 81% of the tickets, 91% of cash on Winnipeg. Lines moved towards Winnipeg, so it all makes sense there the way the lines moved. with both the side and the total there in this one. Winnipeg offensively has really struggled. Now, granted, a decent amount of that was without Scheifele in the lineup. He is back and active. And Philadelphia is not a team I trust offensively either. Samuel Ersson has been okay, and Connor Hellebuyck's been the best goaltender in hockey this year. Even if they go for the run Brossoit as the backup there, I'm fine with it, with this under. I look for them to continue to play low-scoring hockey. When we look at what Winnipeg's done as of late, granted, they just had that stinker in the last game where they got shut out in their first game back, but their offense just hasn't been there as of late. Even before the break, it's kind of struggled, and I could see this being another game where they know they're not scoring goals, so they have to buckle down defensively like they have all season long. So I like the 5.5 in this game. I got the under. I had this game projected at a 5, so a 3-2 type of game, maybe an overtime, a draw could be an interesting look here as well. And I think this line's right when it comes to the side here in this one. I have this game priced around Jets at $1.30, $1.35 range. So it makes sense, the number here for the side, but I'll take a little under 5.5 here on the total in this game here. Jets puck line, over 5.5. Yeah. Mark. There you go. But we'll keep on moving on here. We have 3 hockey games left on the card. Carolina is taking on Colorado, and this line's 140, total of 6.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history here in this spot where we have this line opened up at a 120 for Carolina. It's up to a 134. So this line's moved big towards Carolina in this spot. Both these teams coming in off of losses. Colorado back-to-back losses in their first 2 games back against New York and New Jersey. And Carolina off of that 3-2 loss against Vancouver. Line opened up at a 6.5 plus 102. It's a 6.5 but plus 104 now. So we have a slight move towards the under in this game as well. 41% of the tickets, 68% of the cash on the under. So that kind of makes sense why the line has moved in that direction there. And we have 39% of the tickets and 76% of the cash is on the Colorado Avalanche as a dog. We knew that they were going to get a little bit of respect, and looks like the sharp money is on them here, even though the lines moved towards the Carolina Hurricanes. And as for my projection in this game, I thought this line was about right. I have projected actually the way this line, if this line keeps moving up and up and up more though, and I can get plus 120 with the Avalanche here against Carolina, I would be looking towards the Avalanche. If this line continues to climb up, I had this game priced around a pick 'em in this game. I think Colorado is the better team overall. And laying $1.40 at home here, the Hurricanes is definitely not anything I'm interested in doing, especially Kochetkov is not somebody I'm looking to lay this type of number with. If only the Hurricanes had an average goaltender. If he was just a 1-1 basic average goaltender, this line would be kind of correct. This is Avalanche or nothing for me. And at this price tag, I kind of want to see what is the price tag my book is offering on Colorado here. Plus 115. If this is plus 120, plus 125, I might be interested in the Colorado Avalanche in this game. But at the moment, I'm just going to stay off at for the time being. But I can only look Avalanche in this game, and I think the total spot on. I have it projected for 6.5. So it's Avalanche or nothing for me, but no play at the moment. Let's see. If I tail, I'll do it under 4.5. There you go. For the love of unders, there you go. Avs money line, Carolina and Reg. We know you're a Canes fan though there. Over 6.5. Parlay the Canes. I'm not laying $1.40 against the Colorado Avalanche. That's just something I won't do. Canes equal donation. Fair. Stacks pod is the Utes plus the 5.5. There you go. 2 games remaining in the NHL. This is one where I wanted to back a side in this game, but with the line movement, I don't know if I can. Now, I saw minus 125s, minus 130s on some books last night. Obviously, it wasn't available to me because the Lightning were playing last night. So I wasn't able to get on this line early. This opened up at Bet Online at a minus 135. It's gone up to a 137. So we've had a slight move towards the Islanders in this game, and line opened up at a 6.5 minus 105, and it's still there. Looking at the cash flow in this game, we are seeing 43% of the tickets, 62% of the cash is on the Lightning, and yet the line moving towards the Islanders. 1,700 tickets in though, so take that with a grain of salt. 49% of the tickets, 69% of the cash, nice, is on the over in this game, which is kind of interesting. The line has not moved totals wise in this one. I'm projecting Johansson in net against Ilya Sorokin. And I have this game projected for the Islanders to be around $1.50 favorites. So I think this line's about right. And I had this game projected for 6.45 goals. If this was Islanders minus 120, I'd be on the Islanders all day long. All day long at $1.20. At $1.40, that's just, I'm priced out of the New York Islanders in this spot here. It's Islanders or nothing. I really don't feel like backing the Lightning on a back-to-back with Johansson in net and things along those lines. But it would be Islanders or nothing. I think just you've gotten priced off the Islanders now. But they're definitely a team. When you look at this Islanders team, the blue line's finally healthy. Pollock and Pellich are on the line together. And then you have Romanov and Dobson. And then on the bottom line, Mike Riley's played himself into a spot there with Scott Mayfield, with Samuel Bullock and Sebastian Aho watching from the sideline. Which I think if you're trying to win hockey games, that's the best way to do it at the moment, is having Sebastian Aho and Samuel Bullock watching from the press box. Finally healthy, this blue line, which is really nice to see, which I think can make the Islanders a tough team to play against. So it's Islanders or nothing for me, but it's going to end up being a pass in this spot here. Let's see. Bolts money line. I was looking at tickets, $60 for both of us to go to the Canes game tonight. Go Avs. Have fun. Bolts revenge game. They haven't played this year, and the Islanders never. I mean, I think it would be more of an Islanders revenge game than it is a Bolts revenge game, because when you look at this matchup, I believe it's just been dominated. No, actually. Last time these two teams played was in August 6th, and the Islanders won 6-1. But previous to that, the Lightning had won 6 in a row, including knocking them out of the playoffs back-to-back years. Which, yeah, no, the Lightning. It wouldn't be a revenge game for the Lightning, if anything. So no. I know you have your stupid theories on teams don't lose twice in New York, so there's no way that they lose both times there, but. Absolutely hammering Bolts money line. Good luck. I'm absolutely hammering Devils money line. I'm not. I'm on the Flames. I'm on the Flames plus 110. But we'll move into the last game here. The Vegas Golden Knights and the Arizona Coyotes in this spot here. The Knights $1.35 favorites, total of 5.5 in this game. I almost did a free pick video for this game last night. This is an interesting one here. We have a line that opened up at a 155. It's down to a 134 now for Vegas. A big line movement towards the Coyotes here in this spot. Line opened up at a 6. It's down to a 5.5, and I did get the 5.5 with this under. This is the third under I did bet last night. 50% of the tickets and 78% of the cash is on the under. The line's gone from a 6 to a 5.5. Checks out there. 68% of the tickets and 81% of the cash is on the Knights, and yet the line's moved heavily towards the Yotes, about 1,400 tickets in. Now, this is a matchup of – I did take the under 5.5 because this is a matchup of two situational spots that I want absolutely nothing to do with. You have an Arizona team who hasn't played since before the break. And granted, they struggled heading into the break. They played in that Carolina, Florida road trip, and they lost all 3 games. And on the flip side, Vegas is coming in off of probably their biggest win of the year. They snapped the Edmonton Oilers 16-game winning streak. They were at home. It was a big hype game. It was a playoff-style atmosphere. So that's not something I want to back the Vegas Golden Knights out on. Back them after. But do I want the Coyotes in this game? No, mainly because I don't want to fade Adin Hill, and I'm hoping it's Adin Hill in net because I got the under 5.5 and Adin Hill, and I'm hoping for Connor Ingram because I have this game projected as the lowest scoring game of the day with Ingram and Hill. I think this is the best if you like goaltending and if you like defensive hockey. I think this is going to be your game tonight because I think this is a 1-1, 2-1 type of win for the Vegas Golden Knights. So I would lean Golden Knights if I had to bet a side. I have them projected as $1.50 favorites in this game. I have no interest in fading Aiden Hill, but I don't want to back the Knights after that last game against the Oilers. So ultimately, it is a just the under for me, under 5.5 here. Vegas Golden Knights and Arizona Coyotes have no interest in either side. Let's see. Yes, my stupid LML. Yes, my stupid theory. Yes. Vegas puck line under 4.5. 100% I would support that. VGK money line, Yotes money line. Aiden freaking Hill. Yep. Carlson point, Stevenson point. There you go. Morning Nick, morning Untouchable, and Coyotes money line. I just can't get to the Yotes here in this spot.
Go Yotes.
But yeah, perfect timing for you, Tim.
Yeah, I know. I just got into the house, so it's not like I was sitting here waiting for you to finish. I just pulled in, put my stuff down, and I'm here now. I know you missed me.
Well, I was going to say perfect timing, so I don't have to talk NBA about myself.
Oh, okay. There you go. I guess that works too.
Yeah. So let's get into it here. I've moved on nothing in the NBA as per usual. Before the show, I cap the card. I get all my numbers together, but I like to talk out plays here on the NBA before I go ahead and bet them. So let's get into it here. Start with the Golden State Warriors in this spot. They're at the Indiana Pacers. 6.5-point favorites are the Pacers. Total of 249 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot. Let's have this just load up real quick because I have to switch over from hockey to basketball. Where this game opened up with the Pacers as 6-point favorites. It got up to a 7 immediately, went back down to a 6.5 and back down to a 6. So we're seeing 6.5s, depending on your book. I think Bovada is showing a 6.5, Bet Online showing a 6. Line opened up at a 250.5. It's down to a 249.5 in this game here, where we have 58% of the tickets and 72% of the cash is on the over. Yet this line's gone from 250.5 down to a 249.5. And then we have 70% of the tickets and 79% of the cash is on the Pacers. And the line, there's been buyback here. We have almost 14,000 tickets in for this game. Looking at my projections for this one here. And I get it, it's a back-to-back, which is probably going to keep me off of the Warriors here. But I have this game projected at around a 2.5, which if you maybe implement the maybe a 2.5 points for a back-to-back, then there's not as much value here. But I would lean towards the Warriors in this spot still. Just my numbers like the Warriors. The market kind of agrees with it because there's been buyback on the Warriors, even though a decent amount of money and tickets are on the Pacers. And I have this game projected to 248, so it's a slight lean towards the under as well. And as we're talking about this game, there is a trade. So I'm assuming that's what you opened up your eyes to, trade that just went down?
That, and I didn't realize that today was the trade deadline.
Oh, good God. I want nothing to do with the NBA.
I had no clue that today was the trade deadline. But what it would be NBA underdog? That would be the good one.
Yeah.
NBA.
Good God. Okay. I want nothing to do with the NBA.
Oh, and yeah. 4 minutes ago, the Philadelphia 76ers received Buddy Hield. In exchange, the Pacers will be getting Marcus Morris, Furkan Korkmaz, and 3 second-round picks. Wow, the Pacers won that trade for sure. Wow, yikes. That's kind of crazy to see. Anyways, I'm on the Pacers this game. And I know this was obviously it was before the trade because the trade was now. So it is what it is. I got them at -6. I'm seeing some 6.5. I don't really think it's going to change all that much. That they're missing Buddy Hield. Because they have built around Halliburton and now Siakam. And this trade, I might look towards some Pacer futures if that's the case. I do think the Pacers have the upper hand today, especially against a Golden State Warriors team that just are coming off of a second leg of a back-to-back after kind of just smacking the Philadelphia 76ers around. I like the Pacers in this game. I know it was before the deadline. I'm still grabbing them now. Indiana minus the 6 for me today, Nick.
Fair enough. And thanks for reminding me it's the trade deadline, so I can do absolutely nothing in the NBA today and have a reason not to. So
okay. That's fine. It honestly doesn't matter to me. If I lose a play because of the deadline, I lose a play because of the deadline.
Yeah. And for me, maybe I look at the card after everything happens today and then re-go from there. But I'm the NBA is versatile, volatile enough just on a day-to-day basis with injuries. Now you have to throw in teams that could be trading players and things along those lines. I kind of want to take a look at last year during the trade deadline. Did we see a lot of overs? Did we really see a lot of unders with the players going in and out of the rosters? Because if you get traded today, you're not eligible to play today, right?
Mm.
Then with all these players getting traded today, it leads to a limited rosters for some teams that are making more trades, and they have to bring up more G League players. Does that lead to more unders? Does that lead to more overs? Is the ultimate question here in this for today. And
I'm not touching any totals today, that's for sure.
Yeah, I have absolutely no interest in the NBA now. So I'll let you go through the card. I'll introduce the games to you. I am not gonna gamble today on the NBA. And that is, I think, what betting the NBA would be today. It's not handicapping, it's gambling. Because we don't know what's happening. We're betting on what could happen trade-wise. And I have no interest in doing that whatsoever.
Fair enough. Let's head back to the chat real quick. By the way, Nick, the Ken Palm never got done last night, so we don't have college basketball plays at the moment. I'm gonna quickly.
That's right. He messaged me late last night saying his power went out.
Okay. Then after the stream, we'll have to you start from the top, I start from the bottom, whatever it may do, so we can get that done. But I figure I'd mention that real quick. Back to the chat, Nick.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
If I can click it. Click. My computer's being stupid. There we go. Let's see. There we go. ESP, what's good, Nathan Cerna? Kings are ruined the sports betting is easy parlay.
The Pistons really won by double digits last night? Holy shit. I did not expect that one. Timmy, what's up, Untouchable? NBA, yeah. I know, right, that one? So exciting. Nothing but action for Nathan Sterna. Let's get it. Vegas and Coyotes under 6.5 is only minus 165. No way. No, don't say that. Don't say no way this happens because, yep, that's the trade that just went down. Thank you, Ice X. Trade deadline has me not wanting to bet NBA today except the Lakers.
That Lakers line did look a little fishy.
I don't think it looks fishy. I'm on the Nuggets today. Shout out Bovada. There you go. Panthers puck line, Islanders money line, Canucks money line with the under.
I like the Canucks under. I wanted the Islanders, but not at $1.40, and I'm not laying that big number on the Panthers.
Fair enough. Pacers over. Okay, again. I think it could be. I'm personally not touching totals in the NBA right now. Morning, y'all. Let's get it today, brothers. So good luck and good vibes. Cashed a plus 1,800 parlay last night with Michigan, Loyola Chicago, Pittsburgh. Cashed Jalen Ivey 3+3s at plus 280. Gave that out on Dave's pregame. There you go. Right on. Love to see everybody doing well. Ventura over assist is my prop of the day. On a streak, cashing these props and getting money. Let's do it. I love it. Love it. Fade Mercy Day. I don't know. I don't know about that. You can't do money line. You have to do spread, I should say. Y'all have Super Bowl picks.
Niners.
I like the over. I like the over and McCaffrey game. You like the Niners. Give me Nuga over. Is that? Oh, Chattanooga over VMI on the hardwood. Okay. You like the mocks. Better sports news. No. Hockey sports news. Jack Hughes is on the ice. for morning skates in his regular jersey.
Fair. They also just announced Vanacek is going to be the starting goaltender for the Devils tonight. I'm going to take a little team total. Never mind, it's minus 160 for 2.5. I take that back. I wanted some team total over for the Calgary Flames, but minus 165 for 2.5 is a no, thank you.
There you go. My lone NHL parlay, 50% boost on Caesars is Flyers, Canes, and Yotes. Flyers, Canes, Yotes. By the way, Nick, I mentioned it in the chat. For both of us to go, $60 for tickets tonight.
Nice.
So if you want to make it, you suck. Got to take the gamble out of the gamble. Agree, Nick?
Yep.
Oh, it's Kobe night, right? Oh, is it? Oh, I don't care. Pistons money line last night. Sports betting is easy. Detroit Lenny with this. Oh, what the? I just saw that happen a couple minutes ago, so that's kind of crazy to see. You're right, Lenny. Don't tell Lenny that, because then it'll go right to his head. I've already capped the whole entire card for today. Good job. Pistons money line tonight plus 180. I'll take that. No, I there's no way I would take that now. The Vancouver Canucks. Clip that, IceX. You were right, Lenny. Go ahead. You can clip it if you want. Whiskey has lost 2 straight. You'll be on them next game? Okay. Laughing. MGM was hanging Nuggets minus 2.5 out there yesterday. Grabbed that before it jumped to 3.5 with the rest of the market. Yeah, I have 3.5 with them. Andrei Svechnikov, game time decision tonight.
Fair.
Go Pack Go. Play the video. Shout out Detroit Lenny.
Go Pack Go.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Leonard. Nerd. Okay. Tick Pick is good for tickets. I have SeatGeek. And when you go on and get tickets on SeatGeek, you can use the promo code, I believe it's ESB, at checkout. It'll save you $20 off your purchase, your first purchase on that. So there you go. Go to the game. It's a potential Stanley Cup final rematch. I don't see the Canes making the finals.
No.
Matchup. Bucks money line. I do not like the Bucks tonight. Pistons money line. I did not touch that game tonight. So, but Pistons off of a big win. I'm not sure about that. Let's go to this game, Nick.
Yeah, we have the San Antonio Spurs taking on the Orlando Magic. Magic 11-point favorites, total 225 in this game. Go for it.
Pass. It's a double-digit spread. I'm not touching the Spurs on the road, and I'm not laying 11 points on the Magic, and I'm not betting totals right now because I was betting sides. I was doing well on sides. I bet 2 totals last night, but 2 overs. Both of them, one of them tanked under, the other one went under by like 4 points. So I'm like, all right, I'm done with totals. I'm going back to sides. I'm not touching the Spurs. Not touching minus 11. This one's a complete stay away from me. Not gonna have to dig into a game that I don't like.
Fair enough.
Grizzlies money line. I don't hate the Grizzlies. That's the crazy thing. Grizzlies against the Bulls. I don't hate the Grizzlies. So Detroit Mercy's 0-23. Yeah, I realize that one. They're one of 2 defeated teams in college basketball. Warriors to make playoffs. No, thank you. No, thank you. Warriors money line. Tonight. Who did they got? No, I don't like the Warriors tonight. This was discussed last night on Dave's show. Locking in Mike Trout futures.
I mentioned this last night at 20-1 to win the MVP for Mike Trout. And I think this is the best number you've gotten ever with Mike Trout to win the MVP. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, because he's not an MVP candidate this year. So, oh my gosh, the toilet bowl matchup: Pistons and Blazers. God damn. Let's go to this game, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Brooklyn Nets and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cavaliers 6-point favorites, total 224 in this game. And the ultimate questions for this one here is: are the Nets sellers?
They should be.
And if they're sellers,
are they smart enough to get the right price or smart enough to do it.
So is today maybe the day we just look to bet against sellers?
I'm personally not going to, but I understand looking at it that way.
Like if you got a team that's a buyer versus a team that's a seller, and I think this line could be Cleveland -11 by game time because maybe they trade some players. But on the flip side, the buyers say Cleveland goes out and trades for somebody today.
I could see
it's not going to be able to play today.
I could easily see Cleveland going and trying to trade for somebody.
So all of a sudden, Cleveland's bench is depleted because they go out and trade a couple players for improvement.
That's why I'm not going after it.
Yeah, this is why it's tough to do anything like that. So pass. I'm not betting on the NBA today.
I understand looking at it that way. Obviously, I don't have to bet Cleveland games that much anymore. I got their futures. So I'm going to be rooting for them every night. And they look good right now. They're the current number 2 team in the Eastern Conference. Crazy as that sounds. But I'm going to be, I'll look towards Cleveland in this game. I don't know what the lineup for the Nets will look like come game time. So that's a big concern there. That's a big reason. I'm trying to stay away from the teams that I know are selling. Where teams that I know are going to try to buy big, I might try to stay away from those games. If I think that a team's going to stick with their core, I could bet that game. This one, I don't know what Cleveland's doing. Cleveland's going to be a buyer. You got to think they're going to be a buyer. And my best guess is they're going to try to get – I don't really know if they need much. That's the thing. I don't really think Cleveland needs all that much. So I think that I look towards Cleveland, but I'm not laying 6 points on the road.
Fair enough.
Blazers alternative spread with Ivy under had a legacy game against the overrated Kings. I was high on the Kings coming into this year. I was a lot higher on the Thunder. I'm happy with that, but I thought the Kings would be better. They're about where they were last year. Dunkin' Donuts, yes. Tim, T-Earle, big fan of their Boston Kings. Yeah. I got Dunkin' on my way home. So
that's why you were late. Okay.
Hey, I knew I had time, so we're good. Mm-hmm. And then I got a thing of pretzels. I got a thing of Costco cookies, and then the Thin Mint pretzels from Costco. Anyways, breaking fake news: LeBron James traded to the Detroit Pistons for a 5th round pick. You
know what? I think the funniest thing of that entire trade is 5th round picks don't exist in the
NBA. Cavs again with Mitchell props. The only reason why I'm staying off the Cavs is they played last night. They're on a second leg of a back-to-back. It's not really a spot.
Didn't they play Washington last night? So that doesn't really count as like playing a game.
Okay. I mean, they're playing Brooklyn, which kind of doesn't count either. So, there you go.
We're playing fake games. That's fair.
Mercy. No, we're not. We're not betting Mercy. I'm thinking I'm going Cavs first half coming back on them. Burnt yesterday. What's good? It's good, Markel. I realized the Thunder and Kings lost both lost to the Pistons. Yeah, they did. Yeah, the Pistons money line won last night. Yes, it did. All right, Nick. I like this game. Although, looking at it, I might be a little bit questionable on it. But anyways.
This is a game that jumped off the page to me before I realized this is the trade deadline. Why are the Knicks a dog in this game? And this is the game I really want to talk to you about.
Jalen Brunson's questionable.
But that doesn't make him a dog.
And leaning towards not playing.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Go for it. They're Mavericks are 4-point favorites with a total of 228 in this game.
The official report: the Knicks believe Brunson avoided a serious ankle injury. The point guard is questionable for tonight's match. If I was the Knicks, he sits tonight, and he's gonna be out. Randall out, Anunoby out. So this is a Knicks team that I know you were super high on. They're getting a little bit beat up right now. Which, if they're going to get beat up, might as well be now and not later. On the Mavericks side, they're getting healthy. Luka's probable for today's game, and so is Mr. Kyrie Irving, which he did play. He's played the last 2 games, and he's played 35 and 40 minutes. So this is a Dallas team that could go on a little bit of a run now, seeing that they have their two big guns healthy again. I would look towards I like the Mavericks in this game. I jumped on them. I got them at -2 last night. Now it's up to a 4. So I am happy with that. I could have probably gotten the money line at minus like 130, 135 area. I didn't grab the money line. I grabbed the points, minus the points instead. I am on the Mavericks. I think it's a good spot. I saw the Knicks as a dog, and I immediately just went, nope, and I grabbed the Mavericks. So I like everybody's going to see Knicks home dog at when they're 9-1 their last 10 games. What's going on there? Yeah, no. Sign me up for Dallas today.
Fair enough. Yeah. And obviously, I think the answer is obviously a yes in this game. And maybe they've already done it with their trade with Anunoby. The Knicks are buyers, right?
I don't know how much more they need to buy. They could definitely go out and try to buy something, but I don't really see them having much to go out and get. Mavericks -2.5. Come at me, bro. I got them at 2. They're up to a 4. We're sitting nice at the moment. Mavs and Luka double-double. Why not? Why not Luka triple-double? And as much as I love Joker, why not look towards Luka MVP props? Because I know
Luka's more of an MVP than Embiid was.
Yes, 100%. I think the only reason that that Luka's not considered in the MVP race as much is because where the Mavericks are in the standings. Which makes sense and doesn't make sense. Right now, Luka is 12-1 to win the MVP. There is definitely some value because if you get a Mavericks team that slowly makes their way up the rankings, up the standings, that could definitely be interesting. So, keep an eye out for that as well. Some Luka props. So DiVincenzo props, maybe. I don't hate that. Give me Monmouth Hawks first half -4.5. I unfortunately don't have any numbers for that. We should start. Yeah, you're starting to type them up. Good. Well, we should have those numbers soon, and those will be up after the show. So, the Raptors are acquiring Kelly Olynyk and Achoya Agubaji from the Jazz in exchange for Kira Lewis, Otto Porter, and a first-round pick. Jazz won that trade. I like that trade for the Jazz for sure. Getting that first-round pick because the Jazz are good, but they're not. This is not their year, but they know they build for the future and they look good. So I like that move for the Jazz for sure. Let's keep rolling with this game, Nick.
Yeah, we have. This one was another game that kind of caught my attention before I knew it was the deadline. Grizzlies are 5.5-point home dogs. Total of 216. They covered last game. They covered against the Knicks last game. Do they cover or maybe win outright today?
I don't know about that. I'm gonna stay away from this one. I think both teams are sellers. And I know that's crazy to say, although maybe not the Bulls. As crazy as that sounds, maybe not the Bulls as sellers. Oh, you know what? No, the Bulls are not sellers. They're 3 games under 500. Do you want to see how bad? You know what? I hate the playing games. The Bulls are in the 9 seed right now, meaning they would play for a playoff spot at the moment. They're 3 games under 500. So they're not going to sell. They're not going to buy. They should not buy either. And then you get
they embrace mediocrity.
Yes. And then the Memphis Grizzlies are just they're way out. They're not coming back. They are 8.5 games back of the 10 seed, which is the Utah Jazz. So this is 2 teams that are. This one's a trade deadline game. I'm not sure what's going on with these 2 teams. Complete stay away from me.
With how bad the Grizzlies are, what do they have to sell?
They have Jaren Jackson Jr. His contract might be a little bit bigger. Yeah, good point. Jazz to make the playoffs. Why not? Why not? Now, keep in mind, it's playoffs, not play-ins. So they would have to make it to the 18 playoffs. So right now they're in the 10 seed. They would have to win 2 games in a row in that 9-10 matchup, and then that 7/8 and 9/10 matchup. So they would need to win 2 games in the play-ins at the moment in order to get there, but I don't hate that. Grizzlies plus 5.5. Good luck. I'm not betting this game. Bulls. No, I'm not touching the Bulls. Had such high hopes. Why? Why would you have such high hopes on the Bulls? Joe, I would love to hear that. Although I'm a Mets fan and I had high hopes on them last year. Whatever. But no, the Bulls were a play-in team last year, and they got worse. I don't know why you had expectations for them, but let's keep rolling, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Milwaukee Bucks as 1.5-point favorites, total of 226 in this game against the Minnesota Timberwolves. I know you love the Bucks right now. What's your thoughts on this game?
Minnesota. And as much as I would love to see Minnesota lose, because hey, if Minnesota loses, Denver wins tonight, they're number 1 in the West again. So that would be fantastic. I'm on Minnesota. This is a Bucks team that has gone 1-4 since firing their head coach that got them to number 2 in the league, in the East. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to figure out why the hell they did that and why Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers is not the answer at all. And until then, I'm going to fade this Bucks team. Yeah, I know. This is a Bucks team that's 21-5 at home this year. I do not care. Because they're on their way back from. To be fair, they've been on a 5-game road trip since Doc Rivers came in. This is their first home game since Doc Rivers, but still, I'm on the Minnesota Timberwolves in this one. I got them at plus 105 for this game. Sign me up for the Minnesota Timberwolves in this game, Nick.
Have fun.
Wish you got Lillard. No. Bucks and Golden Nuggets. I like your Nuggets play. I do not like the Bucks play. I had high hopes for the Patriots this past season. Why? Mac Jones is him? No. I always have high hopes for my Blues and Capitals. 1 out of the 2 is not bad. They both suck.
Blues are in a playoff spot right now. Don't
are they actually?
On the Blues. Yeah, they are. They are in the 8th spot, I want to say.
Good for them. I hope the Calgary Flames get there because I took their futures, but there you go. Gordon Hayward to be traded to the Thunder. I love that trade. I'm looking that up.
Yeah.
Dalen House to the Pistons.
Davis Bertans and Trey Mann would be going the other way in that trade.
I love that trade for the Thunder. Get yourself a veteran there. That's a fantastic move for the Thunder, in my opinion. I love it. Yep. And why? You had high hopes for the Carolina Panthers. That's your fault. Real quick, Owen, because I know you're a Canes fan. You're a Carolina guy. What college? Anyways, boo, Tim, February 10th, lock of the day. Blue and gold will win. I'm guessing. Who did the Blues play that day, Nick? On when? February 10th. Sabres. They play the Sabres. Let's head to this one, Nick. We got 3 games left.
Yeah, and I'm going to peace out because I just realized I have class in 6 minutes. So,
all right, see you later, Nick. Utah Jazz taking on the Phoenix Suns. The Suns are 6.5-point favorites with a total of 242.5. And we were just talking about them. The Utah Jazz, I know they just made a trade, so kind of meh, but I like the Jazz in this spot. I got them at a 7. So this is a spot. I've already beaten a little bit of line movement. I just think this line's way too wide. This is a very scrappy Jazz team, and a Suns team that doesn't cover at home. 8-17-1 covering at home for the Phoenix Suns. I like the Jazz in this matchup. I think it's a solid spot for them to cover, maybe even win this game outright. I just like fading the Suns at home. Give me the Jazz. I got them at 7. University of South Carolina. Wrong answer. That is the wrong answer. The correct answer would have been East Carolina. But you're close. Cox. Love Cox. Okay, dude. I understand where you're going. All I'll say is you guys got a good baseball team. Keep an eye on your baseball team. That if you have high hopes for somebody, South Carolina baseball, Jazz spread, yes, and then somebody Fonticello's rebounds. Sounds good to me. I'll quickly tag this game and say it's a complete pass. Pistons coming off of a big win, and I'm not laying points on the Blazers. So I don't want to waste time on the toilet bowl game, 1-800-GAMBLER, all that good stuff. Pass on this one. I'll end the card with this game. Nuggets and the Lakers in a rematch of the Western Conference Finals from last year. The Nuggets are 3.5-point road favorites, total of 229.5 in this game. And this is a Nuggets team that in recent history between them two have won 6 games in a row versus the Lakers. This is also the Lakers on their first game back after a 6-game road trip that ended nicely for them, winning 3 straight games in a row against the Boston Celtics, the New York Knicks, and then Charlotte. And it was ultimately a very successful road trip, a 4-2 road trip for them, only losing to Houston, which is really good at home, and Atlanta. Atlanta was without LeBron. On the opposite side, you get the Nuggets, who are a little bit rested, coming off of 2 nice home wins versus Portland. They've won 4 out of 5. I like the Nuggets in the spot. I know everybody will mention Kobe night. I don't care. At the end of the day, this is a Nugget spot for me. This is a rough spot for the Lakers. Even though they had 3 days rest, this is their first game back at home. I think the Nuggets win this one. I think they win it by margin. I took Denver minus the 3.5 versus the Lakers. Yes, 1-800 for that game. Lakers, let's cash. No. Lakers plus 3.5. No. Nuggets double result first half and full game. I like it. I like that. Our bullpen is the issue this year, but yes, if not this season, we will be filthy next season. Y'all are already ranked. That you guys should be one of the better teams. SEC is going to be tough with Tennessee's in there. Arkansas is going to be good again this year. Alabama may be good this year. So you guys got a bunch of good teams in the SEC. Not to mention Vanderbilt's always up there. So, but SEC play should be fun for college baseball. I'm excited for it. We're 8 days away from opening day, so I'm ready for some college baseball plays too. Nuggets pulled off a furious comeback, like 4 days ago. But yeah, it was against the Blazers, so it doesn't really count for anything. That is all the games for today. A little bit of housekeeping, recapping, all that good stuff. If you guys are new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. We appreciate all the support. All the links in the description below: YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Check out all of those. If you guys are interested, becoming members of the YouTube channel, we will have all of our college basketball plays up soon. We're going to get that done as soon as we get some of the finish our numbers, because they didn't get done last night. So we'll have those up in a little bit, along with the NBA plays up on the site and the NHL plays up on the site. So make sure you guys are checking out all of that good stuff. What do you like in the NHL tonight? I like the Flames, but I have futures on them, so I kind of like that. I was kind of leaning Avalanche, kind of leaning Arizona. I'm not really going to get to a lot there. In the NBA, Pacers, Dallas, Minnesota, Utah, and Nuggets. I beat the shit out of my blood pressure reading. It was 160, 110, damn near stroke level, only 2 to 3 days later while taking deep breaths, techniques, and yoga. Now at 135, 83, feeling like $1 million. Get it, EQ. Yeah, don't stress yourself out. Yeah, get it. That is going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. We'll be back tomorrow with another one. Good luck, guys.